Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome on this fine Friday. It is Friday. There we got a little border there on our graphic. What are y'all doing? It's May 3rd. Where is the year going? My goodness. So we got a lot of things to get to today. And it's a Friday. It's a Fact Check Friday, so we got to talk about the state of fact checking. Yes, we do. Absolutely. It looks like we're live. Just double check. You know, sometimes we go live and then we don't. But, yeah, we're live. Cool. Awesome. Awesome indeed. So, let's go over here. You know, folks, it's amazing how a little word can cause such a big stir. I'm talking about the word replace. That's right. You see, there's this whole hullabaloo, you can read, about a flag-raising incident at Harvard. Social media erupted with claims that the U.S. flag was replaced by a Palestinian flag, but hold your horses, folks, because the fact checkers swooped in like the grammar police to set the record straight. You see, according to these fact checker crusaders, the U.S. flag wasn't replaced at all. No, it was just a minor detail, a blip on the radar. What really happened? Well, a couple Palestinian flags were hoisted up on the weekend when Old Glory was taking a break. But heaven forbid we acknowledge that. No. You might actually give people something to talk about. Here's the kicker, folks. These fact checkers, they're not in the business of informing the public. Oh, no. They're in the business of pushing their own agenda. They cherry pick the minor points, like the word replace, and conveniently brush aside the major points. It's like they're playing a game of distraction, hoping we won't notice the bigger picture. So while we're busy splitting hairs over semantics, let's not forget what really happened. Okay? Palestinian flags were flown at Harvard University. Period. End of story. But don't hold your breath for the fact checkers to admit that. Oh no, they're too busy playing little word games to bother with the truth. And here's the sad reality, folks. We live in a world where facts take a back seat to narratives, where minor details overshadow major truths. So next time you see a fact checker wagging their finger over a single word, remember this monologue, because sometimes the devil is in the details. Name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffey Nuance Show, the least watched, censored commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. So the question is, if there's a live stream and there's no one to watch it, did it actually happen? Yeah. So I'm talking about, let's get into the fact checking today. And I want to give you a demonstration, a real life demonstration of how these things work and how these things can really affect how we view the world. Okay? I was just checking to see, wow, this is incredible. I'll tell you what's incredible later. But what I'm seeing here is pretty incredible. Anyway, so this idea of forest for the trees. First of all, I've always had, like, this expression has always been weird to me. For whatever, never really connects. But I can't think of a better explanation or a better expression, mind you, than forest for the trees. And so here's a brief explanation of what that is. It's an expression used of someone who is too involved in the details of a problem to look at the situation as a whole. So, as an example, the congressman became so involved in the wording of his bill that he couldn't see the forest for the trees. He didn't realize the bill could never pass. So you get locked into the details, you don't see the big picture. So that's the expression forest for the trees. And that's what's happening here with these fact checkers. Now, I believe that I don't believe that that's what's really going on here. I think that this is all by design, but that would involve some mind reading. So let's take a look at this fact check, and let's see what's going on here. Okay. So here we go. Let's see. Go over here to. There we go. Okay. Oh no, I got to go on this side. So here we got Reuters, okay? And so here's the story. Reuters fact check. U.S. flag at Harvard was not replaced by Palestinian flag. Now, as we know, and this is from 2 days ago, so this is a brand new article. As we know, most people just look at the headlines. They don't actually read the entire article. And so if you were to only read the headline, you would say, oh, my friends that are posting this on X or on Facebook or whatever, they don't know what they're talking about. Look, Reuters just fact-checked it, and they said it's not true. Well, let's get into it, shall we? The U.S. flag that flies over a statue at Harvard from Monday to Friday was not replaced by the Palestinian flag raised by protesters, contrary to what social media posts say. So there you go. Even in the first paragraph, they're telling you this didn't happen. Some of the social media posts shared a video with overlaid text that says U.S. flag at Harvard University has been replaced by the Palestinian flag. Video shows 3 people raising a Palestinian flag over the statue as pro-Palestine slogans can be heard in the background. So here it is. And they're saying, this is missing context. Oh. The U.S. flag has not been replaced, however. The incident occurred on a Saturday, and the American flag is only hoisted at that location Monday to Friday, the university said. The U.S. flag was raised again the Monday following the protest. Okay. That's not the point, okay? The point is that there's being Palestinian flags flown on U.S. campuses. That's the point, right? And we can quibble about the word replace, but it's not just Reuters that does this, you see. So you would think, oh, well, maybe they're getting hung up on the word replace. They're using the word replace as something to get to. Well, let's look at Newsweek here. Newsweek has the exact same thing. Did Harvard replace American flag with Palestinian flag? Pro-Palestinian protests at colleges across the United States have drawn attention, blah, blah, blah. And once again, they concentrate on the word replace. Okay. The flags were raised by protesters over University Hall were removed by Harvard facilities. Yeah. I don't think anyone, now people may have been making the claim that the college was doing that, but I don't think anyone believes that the university, Harvard University, is replacing the U.S. flag with the Palestinian flag. I don't think anyone believes that. I think the point of it is that most people would see is, oh my God, look at that, on college campuses, they're flying Palestinian flags. But Newsweek gets caught up in the word replace, and they say false. Harvard University did not put up a Palestinian flag on one of its buildings. Protesters did it briefly over the weekend before it was taken down. So therefore, this is false. Is it false? I mean, the flag did fly there. And if we want to quibble, it kind of is replacing the American flag. I mean, even if we look at the word replace, You know, what does this say here for replace? I can't even read it. It's too small. I should pull that up. Replace definition. Okay. So it means to place again, to restore to a former place, position, condition, or the like. To refund, to repay, to restore, to supply or substitute an equivalent for. So if you've put up a Palestinian flag, substituting it for an American flag, that's technically replacing it. But we're getting caught up here in the word. We're just getting caught up in the word replace, and we're using that to kind of dismiss the larger story that's going on, which is that they're flying Palestinian flags at campuses. So here we go, factcheck.org. We can always count on them for giving us the straight dope, right? Post misrepresents raising of Palestinian flags at Harvard. Quick take. Protesters against the war in Gaza raised 3 Palestinian flags on the Harvard University campus. Social media posts misleadingly claimed the university replaced the American flag with the Palestinian flag. Palestinian flags were removed by the staff shortly after they were raised by protesters. So, while some people may make the claim, here's what I think is going on. And I don't have evidence of this, okay? But a lot of times there may be something inconvenient. It's not a good look to have Palestinian flags being flown at U.S. campuses. And so there could be lots of posts saying, oh, look, the Harvard kids are flying Palestinian flags, and they're putting them up in captured parts of the campus, right? Well, we don't want to draw attention to that. So what we will do is we will have some account say that the university administration put the flag up, and then we can have all of our fact checkers call it out as being false. That's what it appears to me. It's what it looks like to me. And we don't need to get caught up in this. The major point here is that we've got these Palestinian flags being flown on U.S. campuses. That's the major point. But the fact checkers will have you believe that that's fake news. And when you look at their headlines, the conclusion that most people would get is, oh, that's not real news. When in fact, that is really what's going on. And that's kind of the state of fact checking today. We got a couple of stories to get to. So let's get to them. First up, I didn't even have to get a new graphic for Biden because he's angry again. Let's get to it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. President Joe Biden stirred controversy by labeling Japan, India, Russia, and China as xenophobic for their immigration stances. Now, despite recent affirmations of alliance, critics condemned the remarks as disrespectful because it is disrespectful. The White House defended Biden's comments because, of course, they do, citing a wider discussion on U.S. immigration policy. The statement may strain relations, particularly with India, amid a national surge in human rights concerns. However, experts suggest limited long-term impact on U.S.-Indian relations. This comes as Biden faces criticism over the administration's handling of immigration, contrasting his previous criticism of Trump's policies. So, yeah, that's right. Biden got up and pretty much said all the countries that are not taking in millions of people from all over the world with different value systems as xenophobic and racist. Yeah. Our president said that. Remind me what Trump said that was worse than that. Oh, I think he called Haiti a shithole country. You see what's happening in Haiti right now. It seems pretty accurate. And calling Haiti that has nothing to do with race. It's not racist. You look at what's happening in Haiti and you go, yeah, it is. It doesn't matter who's living there. It doesn't matter who's running or not running the country. It's a shithole country. But Biden is actually calling out all the other countries of the world that are not inviting in people from all over the world, different values, unvetted. We're not testing them to see if they have COVID, right? We're not testing. There's no COVID test at the border. So obviously they don't care about that. We're not doing background checks on any of these people. So, they might not be sending their best. How would we know? We're not checking it. But according to Biden, all these other countries are xenophobic and racist for not, for not wanting to destroy their own country, I guess. I don't know. Crazy. I don't know how anyone could defend a statement like that. If you think that it is, but it goes in line with what we see from the Democratic leadership. If you don't want to see your city have tens of thousands of people from all around the world coming in, you're racist. I don't think the word means anything anymore, but that's just my take on it. Crazy, but he's actually saying these things. So, we need a little, this isn't good news per se, but we got some good things coming up next week. I'm talking about Eurovision. And be sure to stick around for the after show, because in the after show, I'll be going through all your comments on YouTube and on Rumble, if anyone joins me on Rumble. Yeah, so anyway, let's but one of my favorite things is happening next week. That's right, the Eurovision Song Contest, known for its apolitical stance, faces controversy as Palestinian flags are banned from this year's event in Malmö, Sweden. Attendees are only allowed flags representing participating countries, with exceptions for LGBTQ pride flags, because that's not political. Critics argue the ban limits freedom of expression, especially as Israel, a contestant, will be present. Calls to ban Israel from the contest due to its actions in Gaza have been ongoing, though Eurovision organizers maintain the event is not political. Pro-Palestinian demonstrations outside the arena will be allowed, reflecting a stance on freedom of speech. The decision, coupled with past flag restrictions, has divided fans, with some accepting the policy while others express disappointment and plan alternative events. Well, I say good. I don't like my politics in my Eurovision. Eurovision is just a big campy celebration of song bringing Europe together. Now, I don't know why they have Israel as part of Europe. And some, I think Australia is part of it too. Kind of weird. Okay, is what it is, but it's a celebration of bringing people together and not making the whole thing about politics, although there's a lot of political things that happen at Eurovision. But they pretend they're not political. I mean, 2 years ago, I think that the winner was Ukraine, and that was obviously a political statement. Russia has been banned, or not banned, I guess, uninvited from Eurovision. And that obviously is political. So they make the claim that they're not being political, but only when it suits them. And in this case, they don't want a bunch of Palestinian protests happening during their fun party, because that's what Eurovision is. It's a fun party celebrating campy, over-the-top music. I love Eurovision. And the semifinals are next week, and I think a week from this weekend will be the finale. It's a lot of fun. I love it. You can stream it online. And hopefully it will not be political. We don't need to make everything political, do we? I don't know. I don't think everything has to be political. I'm kind of tired of it. So anyway, I think they made the right call. Let's keep it fun. And speaking of fun, let's talk about your canceled trips in the good news of the day. That's right. It's true. Good news, kinda. Kinda good news. We'll see. Biden administration's new rule mandates airlines automatically refund passengers for flight delays and significant changes. This aims to simplify the refund process and hold airlines accountable. Now, despite attempts by lawmakers to undermine it, the rule aligns with broader consumer protection efforts, highlighting the administration's commitment to addressing common grievances and improving people's lives. Or at least, that's the claim that they make. So, basically in this, if your flight is delayed by so many hours, it's an automatic refund. If your flight is canceled, you get an automatic refund. And I guess this is good news. I think there's a lot more things going on than just getting your flight refunded. Because, if you're making a trip and you have plans, like let's say you're flying somewhere to a wedding and then you don't get to make it, you don't get to see your friend get married or whatever. Who cares if you got your flight refunded? What you really wanted was to go to the wedding and to see your friends get married, right? That's kind of the more important thing. And also, if your flight's delayed and it takes another day, what about your hotel? What about all the other arrangements that you've made? It's whatever. But apparently, this will be good for airlines that do this a lot. A lot of the people traveling on Spirit and things like that. I don't know. I guess it's a good thing that your refund is automatic and you don't have to fight for it. I guess that's a step in the right direction. I don't know, though. I really don't know. It's hard to find some good news today. It really was. So I guess that's semi-good news if you get a flight canceled. Might be one less thing you have to deal with. So, good news, I guess. I don't know. Stick around for the after show. That's all I have prepared today. I'll go through all your comments. And I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful, glorious weekend. Until then, peace. Right, here we go. Now look at that live chat on Rumble. I don't know what's happening. Perhaps, I have no idea what's happening, but I'm looking at Rumble and there's not a single person watching it. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong that no one's getting an alert or no one's seeing this video. This happened last time too. And I just don't know. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong. But I don't know what I'm doing wrong. something something for me to try to figure out over the weekend. But typically, I would not have 0 live viewers. Just randomly, I would have to at least have 1 live viewer. And that I have 0 live viewers tells me that I've got something set up wrong. So I got to figure out what's going on there. I just don't know. I don't know what's happening there. Anyway, what is happening, everybody? Hey, Natasha, Tom, I was watching some of your first videos earlier, the ones changing birth certificate names and pumping your own gas in Oregon. Those were hilarious. I'll have to watch more. Thank you. Thanks for going back and checking that out. Alan Durrell says, fact check sites are propaganda. It is interesting because I didn't know that when I started this channel. I just assumed that fact checkers were always looking out for our best interest. They were like a consumer watchdog of the news. That's kind of what I assumed. But I'd never really looked into the media. Again, when I started this channel, I kind of believed most of the media was accurate, and if they got anything wrong, it was just an honest mistake. Yeah, that's what I thought. I really did when I started this channel. And it wasn't until me going through everything that I'm just like, oh, they made a mistake again. Oh, they made a mistake again. You start noticing some patterns. Kind of interesting. Biden is frequently angry, but an ice cream cone reliably fixes that. He does seem to like the ice cream. If you don't like millions of random refugees, then you ain't black. Boom, boom. Exactly. You know. Matthew Adams says, longtime watcher from a different deleted account. Been watching Tom since I moved from the Portland area 5 years ago. Tom was getting thousands of views back then. I was. Hey, what's up, Matthew? Nice to see you, Matthew, and whatever your name used to be, Matthew. But maybe if you're in a better place now, tell me. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move too. But nice to see you checking out the show again. I heard today the biggest cities in Netherlands were 60% migrants. London is about 53%. This is crazy. Don't say that's crazy, because if you think that's crazy, then you're xenophobic and you're racist, according to Biden. Right? Haiti is a mess. My ex had to spend time there with special forces. They don't have trees because everything burnable has been burnt for cooking fuel. Yeah, I think Haiti is just kind of an example of everything not to do. Alan Durrell is not a fan of Eurovision and has some nice pukey emojis. That's pretty funny. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but I love the campiness of it. I love the silliness of it. You know, before they got rid of Russia had a funny entrant, 5 years ago or so. They had a song and they had a bunch of old ladies, babushkas or whatever, out, and they were sweeping to the beat of of the song. But a lot of the times they're fun songs. They're over the top. It's all about a big show. And last year's winner, they're doing it in Sweden because last year's winner was Swedish. And she had a song. It had the dumbest lyrics, but then again, most pop songs, the lyrics are really dumb, and I think it was something like, I'm stuck on you, stuck on you like a tattoo. Yeah, stuck on you like a tattoo. That was the winner last year. That's how bad a lot of this stuff is, but I think it's a lot of fun. But again, if it's not your thing, don't watch it. It's pretty easy to avoid. Anyway, let's see. Let's use that old Coke song and call the contest done. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and give it diabetes. Okay. We That song was actually done by the New Seekers, I believe, is the name of the group, and they had some really really nice songs out in the '60s, nice folk music. Um, but I thought they were great. They were a great singing group, and they got paid because they did the Coke commercial. But anyway, so I got to figure out what I did wrong on Rumble because not a single viewer for the entire time I've been on. So obviously I've done something wrong. I'll try to fix that over the weekend, and I will be back on Monday. Hope you all have a beautiful, glorious weekend. Until then, peace.